It's a very nice kit, quite like Star Wars kits. Bandai ones, I have to say, are probably the best ones I've come across so far. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and I'm going to be looking inside this particular kit today. It's a Bandai 1/72 scale X-Wing fighter from the Rise of Skywalker, I think. It is the Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so X-Wings, I guess they haven't changed very much between the various movies. Don't know exactly what the difference is on the particular X-Wing itself. Might have some different markings, but the biggest difference is the stand. So it comes with two stands. One's a basic stand, and then there's also the water stand, because in that particular movie they do fly over a body of water. So that looks quite nice. We'll have a closer look at that. The 72nd scale kits are very nice, really. I've built the 48 scale one as well. I don't know if you've seen that. Might bring it in and show you all one day. That's the lit and motorized one. But we'll have a closer look at this one. All right, let's pull out this first part. Okay, so I'll slowly go through some of the sprues here, because there's multiples in this particular bag. So again, you can see, probably easy to see on the black, it's got the multicolored on this one. So you've got the red, which is molded on this side, and these are basically the squadron markings which go on the side of the X-Wing. And this helps you because it basically goes where you would normally paint it. So it just presses into place. You see there's some really nice fine panel detail. Now these will look fantastic if you just put them together without any paint, but if you just wanted to put an acrylic wash on these, just to highlight all these recessed details, it'll actually make it look much better. So you've got super fine detail here. It'll just make everything pop. Okay, so the main components you'll see, you've got the bottom of the fuselage here. You've got area here which can take the front land gear. Here you've got the top section, so you've got the cockpit right there. Over here is where your R2 unit's going to sit. So this is the panel that sits in here. Clear parts are also molded in here as well, so you get your canopy components. And then over here, this appears to be part of a base, I think, because it doesn't look like any part of the actual airframe. Over here you've got the back section. You've got some landing gear here. Don't know which one that is. That's pretty chunky, so I'd imagine that's probably, no, actually it looks like it fits in there, so it's probably the front one. And then if we spin this around, see the canopy here? There's a canopy frame, so they'll just fit over the clear parts. And then you see the X-Wing here. So you see this this rod? This is basically the hinge, so it allows you to display the model either with the X open or closed flat. You've got engine nacelles here. Here you've got the nose that just presses onto the front. Okay, so from what I can gather here, it's got two different types. And not sure what the differences are. We'll find out in the manual when we go through that shortly. Okay, you got a little figurine here. Okay, so this is the same as in the 48 scale one. They've got a silhouette type figurine. You can have that mounted like just on the side, just to give you an idea of how big the aircraft is. Over here you've got a seated figure as well, so you can quite paint up the pilot. I'll spin that around. Oh, that doesn't help, does it? There we go. You just see how nicely detailed and scale the figure is. Sometimes they can look atrocious. I mean, the earlier NPC kits, the pilots were always atrocious, pretty average looking. But these are super nice. If you want to paint that up, it'll look really, really spectacular. Okay, so from there, you've got more of the engine nacelles. Okay, there's a seat there, obviously. You got the 4 panels that go on the insides of the X-Wings. I saw a, oh there you go. There's the engine nozzle. See how fine that that meshing is on the inside. Very similar to the 48 scale one, but obviously the 48 scale one's bigger. The 48 scale one is lit, so I think there's plenty of room here. You can put some really fine LEDs and make those engines lit quite nicely as well. Okay, here you got your main frame for the, that's the cockpit section here, so that's where the seat and the pilot will be sitting, and that's where your R2 unit is going to slide into. Okay, so nice. So you got 2 sets of sprues there with the canopy. Move on over here. All right, so these are the the new parts. So this is the water finish. Okay, maybe a bit hard to see, but it's molded in a transparent green to give that water look. It's got the water type texture across the top. So you have that option as a stand. You see how there's a hole here, so you can actually change the angle of the X-Wing for its stance. And then you have the standard flat white stand as well. There's another pilot. Why? I have no idea. Maybe slightly different in this one looks like a female figure actually. So you've got a few options there. We'll check it out in the manual. Okay, so there's your stand. All right, here we've got our final bag of bits. This has got all the engines. Okay, so you've got multiple sides for the engines. You've got the, I don't know, what do you call these? I guess they're your laser barrels. These are the parts that are on the ends of your X-Wing. Insides of the engines here as well, you've got some more nozzles. And some more landing gear as well. Now from the looks of it, it's going to be 2 sprues of exactly the same because all these components are identical. So as you can imagine, you've got 4 wings, it's all going to use 4 engines, 4 nozzles, 4 of everything. Okay, and again, you can see how well molded those particular nozzle bits are. Now it's got me intrigued as why there's those one single nozzle over here, which is different. So unusual. So there are quite a few different parts in this particular kit from the standard kit. Okay, over here we've got the stickers. Okay, so you actually got choices. So this over here is the pre-cut self-adhesive stickers. So a lot easier for a beginner to apply. But if you want super duper detail, you've got the options of the water slide decals. See how much crisper they are and how much more intense the color is. But of course these take a bit more effort to fit. All right, so options are always good. So they're your markings. Okay, here it gives a the generic tips leaflet. So how to cut the parts off, how to remove the undergates, and how to clean up bits, and how to put on the self-adhesive stickers, and then also how to do the water slide decals. Okay, from there we're going to move on to the manual. All right, so the manual is full color. Really nice photography, like that. Okay, so that's red 5, so it must be this particular marking version. Let's see, where's it start? All right, over here we've got the legend of all the parts and the numbers, so you know exactly where to go to find the parts. And it looks like, where is step 1? Step 1's over here. All right, so this is a full fold out. All right, so what's the best way of doing this? Let's see. All right, so here you can see the darker shaded parts on this diagram are showing you what parts you're going to be building. So that's one side of the wings. Okay, so you've got one side here, you put in all the engines and the under panel. Over here the engines are going on. Actually, they're the end parts, so they're probably not engines, they're part of the cannons. So that's each side. And over here we start getting the engines. So 2 engines per section. You got the engine nacelles dropping on. And move across here. And here you do the other side. So it's basically going to be the same assembly, but slightly different shape of wing, because this is going to slide on the other one in a hinge. So again, your lower panels, your engines, cannons, and that comes back around here. So all the engine nacelles, basically the same sort of construction as the first section of the wing. Okay, so from there we go into, where are we up to? Oh, I missed all this top section. So the top section gives you an idea of which parts you're going to be working on. So you got wings go together, and you start putting together the 2 wings and then the fuselage goes together. So that's a bit easier to follow as well. So once we've got the wings together, we start moving into the fuselage. Okay, so you got your inner frame. So you got your seat and all the cockpit detail going in. Side panels, and these are the various red colored panels that go on the side. And then your top of the fuselage sandwiches on with the wing section, and then the lower. The rear end goes on, and that's much of the assembly done. So as we go over this side, this is completing the construction here. So you get your option of having undercarriage down, or you could put in the panels so that's in flight mode. So it's like undercarriage up. So over here, it's showing how you can move between the open X to a closed X, how the undercarriage is fit inside. So you've got the undercarriage doors open on that one. We can just put in all the panels and it closes it all off. And then this is the assembly of the simple flat white base. And this is how much movement you can get with the angling of the actual X-Wing. And over here, this is for the water base. So the strut itself is going to be the same, but it's in a transparent green. Again, it can move, and then it's just all pressed into place. So you got your options there. Now, it didn't really explain, I guess I didn't look that carefully. All right, so we found some extra parts before. So what you'll notice is where you see X's, they're the parts that are not used on this particular version. So they've obviously used quite a few components for previous X-Wings, and they've updated it with other parts. Particularly here, you see the extra parts that are used on this particular version. So that was all very interesting, and it's a very nice kit. Quite like Star Wars kits. Bandai ones, I have to say, are probably the best ones I've come across so far. You can see over here, this is where you put all the stickers, and this is also showing you what it'll look like if you painted it. So it's very well weathered, and I guess X-Wings look the best when they're weathered, because they always looked really tatty, being a rebel type aircraft. They were advanced, but they weren't very well looked after. So if you've got time to do it, I would really suggest do a bit of a wash. They'll give you that dirt effect as well. If you're really into it, paint everything, it'll look spectacular. And if you do want to paint everything, there's a color chart right here. Oh, there she is there. So, what's her name again? I don't remember this character's name. What's her name? Huh? Ray. Ah. So that's Ray. I've got her name. So hence that's why there's the additional figure inside. So this is Ray's actual X-Wing. There you go. Found out at the very, very end. Okay, so this is my open box review of the Bandai 1:72 scale X-Wing fighter, Red 5, which must be Ray's fighter. Very beautiful kit. Got a few extra bits and pieces inside to make it this particular version from the episode The Rise of Skywalker. So if you're into that particular look, the extras are quite nice too. So I think quite easily you could make it into a more generic X-Wing if you wanted to. But if you want that particular one with Ray in it, then this is the one to get. So brand new release.